From a pit maneuver in Little Rock that sent this suspect over a bridge, and a Camaro in Miller County that led police on a high-speed chase through a rainstorm, to a felon in a bright red Nissan who rolled his car on the highway, and a woman in a spray-painted Range Rover who learned why you never run from the ASP. Here are the top 10 Arkansas police chases caught on camera. Lamar, Arkansas is a small city in Johnson County, about 100 miles northwest of Little Rock. It's home to about 1,600 people and one woman who defies social clothing norms. On March 25th of 2021, calls came into the Lamar Police Department about somebody stealing a white Ford pickup with an attached trailer. Moments later, that same truck tried running a Lamar police officer off the road before making a beeline for the highway. Meanwhile, State Trooper Lonnie Moore was waiting on the South Rogers Street on-ramp. That's when he spotted the stolen truck coming down the highway and quickly hit the gas to catch up. The chase, while mostly uneventful, had everyone on their toes. According to the truck's owner, he had several weapons inside the car when it was stolen. In the early stages, caution was their best friend. Then, after about 10 minutes, police finally pulled out the stop sticks and ended the chase once and for all. That's when they learned why this car thief didn't want to stop.
Driver's side tire. Definitely front driver's side tire. 68 miles an hour. Westbound. Westbound. Which one's last there, sir? Almost to the 50, or correction, almost to the county line. He's on the rim. He's about to come to a stop here soon.
29 to felony type, Alex, your 10.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Meet 48-year-old Lamar resident Deidre Deanne Lewis. She certainly knows how to make a good first impression. According to police, she tried running in the nude after pulling over. She didn't make it very far and was arrested on the scene. In the end, Miss Naked and Not Afraid was charged with aggravated assault, theft of a motor vehicle, criminal trespass, reckless driving, disorderly conduct, and fleeing. Oh, fun fact, it technically isn't illegal to drive naked in the United States. In Nebraska, for example, driving naked is legal as long as no one is alarmed. So, for all the laws Deidre broke, indecent exposure wasn't one of them. June 24th of 2024, state troopers in Little Rock, Arkansas are in hot pursuit of 51-year-old William Barnett. You see, William had just stolen a Nissan SUV and decided that running from the police was the best way to test his new ride. For the first part of this chase, we'll ride with Trooper Tyler Riles as he passes his fellow officers and eventually takes the lead. He'll stay on Williams' tail until the bitter end, when a well-timed pit maneuver puts the car thief on an entirely different road. We never see it on the dash cam, but Trooper Ryle's pit maneuver spun William out and sent him flying over the bridge. He landed hard on the road below, where Trooper Trey Davis was waiting to make an arrest.
630 westbound, right over the Woodrow. Westbound East area, Woodrow. Westbound East area, 630 Woodrow.
Driver! Do you see anything over there? With me, Tyler. I'm gonna break it.
Somebody get fire service. So we can help off traffic.
Show me your hand. Hold it, the airbag down on your passenger side. Show me your hand.
Unfortunately, William would rather stay inside the wrecked car than face the police. Backup arrives, and the K-9 unit starts barking up a storm. William eventually gives in and lets the police drag him from the vehicle. He still puts up a fight and ends up with a solid stomach kick for it. Ultimately, William was arrested and charged with felony fleeing, resisting arrest, and stealing someone's car. On May 31st of 2023, around 7 p.m., Arkansas State Trooper Shane Alkier received a call about a stolen vehicle fleeing north on Highway 71. According to the initial call, there was a disgruntled juvenile behind the wheel who was threatening to take her own life. Police needed to stop her ASAP before she hurt herself or someone else. Perhaps these early spike strips can end the chase before it gets out of hand. The teenager hit the initial spike strips despite all of her swerving. That means it's only a matter of time before her tires deflate, and this chase ends in the middle of the road. Police, however, would like to expedite that process. That's when Trooper Alkier positions himself behind the fleeing car and goes for a pit maneuver. It's hard to tell right now, but the teenager's front tire is slowly losing air. Things go downhill from there when the tire finally falls off.
I guess I can see we try to spin and be in my drink.
About to break out.
He ran him down the ditch with a hardball take down the phone trap box there. Hey, boy.
On the ground. Get on the fucking ground. Get on the ground.
Get off me!
Off the ground.
Get off me!
Like you get somebody fucking killed, dumbass.
Get off me!
I got cuffs.
Get off me! I can't breathe.
You talking, you're breathing. Hush.
After arresting the teenager, police confirmed that the vehicle was recently stolen out of Crawford County. It's unclear if she stole a random person's car or grabbed a family member's without permission. Because she was a minor, police contacted her father, who arrived at the scene and took her to the hospital. She was treated for minor injuries and evaluated for any mental health problems. She was also charged with several crimes, including fleeing, reckless driving, and auto theft. June 13th of 2023. Arkansas State Trooper Jordan Drake has just pulled behind a silver Chevrolet Camaro on Highway 67 in Miller County. The suspect, later identified as Dustin Sockwell, was driving through a rainstorm without his lights on. The paper tag on his car was also hard to read. Trooper Drake flipped his lights and sirens on, and for a moment, it looked like Dustin would pull over. If he did, we wouldn't be talking about him in this video, now would we? Trooper Drake puts the pedal to the metal as he catches up. He hits speeds well over 120 miles per hour while his wipers go into overdrive, trying to keep the rain out of his eyes. The dangerous part is that Dustin is still driving without his lights. When he catches up, Drake can hardly see Dustin's car through the storm. All he can do is follow the wall of water coming off of his Camaro.
I've got you on the map, shows that you're turning maybe on East 24th Street.
Turn on Woodlawn now, right on Woodlawn.
Right on Woodland.
Come on, trail out here at the intersection. Making a left into a gas station.
You got a chance to get through anyway.
The chase continues for another several miles. Since he doesn't care about anybody's safety, Dustin freely zips around cars, runs stop signs, and blows through red lights. It helps him put distance between himself and Trooper Drake, who still has to worry about other drivers. Soon, Dustin and Drake find themselves alone on the rainy road. That's when our trooper sees the pit opportunity and takes it, ending this chase for good.
Okay, just keep running on. There's a bridge before you get to Barnett Farms, between the 12 and the Barnett Farms on Satisfactory, that bridge.
When Trooper Drake asked Dustin why he ran, he claimed he had just gotten his car out of the impound. He didn't want the police to take it away again, so he thought running through a rainstorm would be a good idea. Police, of course, arrested Dustin and impounded his car. He was charged with felony fleeing, marijuana possession, and several traffic misdemeanors. Remember, always turn your lights on when it's raining. It's not only dangerous, it's illegal. October 14th of 2020, Federal Point, Arkansas. ASP Trooper Dylan Robbins was on a routine patrol when he spotted a suspicious spray-painted Range Rover driving westbound on Airport Road. A quick computer check revealed the tags to be fake. Either Trooper Robbins was dealing with a stolen car, or this driver wasn't supposed to be on the road. He pulled out and caught up with the Range Rover, at which point Trooper Robbins flipped on his emergency lights. For a moment, the driver looked like they would pull over. Then, they had a change of heart, and a quick pursuit kicked off from there. Trooper Robbins and another officer approach the vehicle. Inside, they find 26-year-old Haley Hollingsworth in the driver's seat. She refuses to get out or obey commands, forcing Trooper Robbins to smash her window with his police baton.
Get out!
Why would you do that shit?
Get the fuck out of the car, don't run from me! Get out!
I'm trying, hang on,
Come
dude,
on.
please, dude.
Come on!
Please hang on, please. I can't
How
run
bad
no
hurt
more.
are you?
Please, Dad.
Are you gonna do anything else more
No.
stupid?
No, sir. No, sir.
You got any guns on you?
No, sir.
What the fuck are you running for?
I don't know, dude.
What do you mean you don't know? You keep your hands right here. Look at me. Put your hands right here.
In Haley's defense, she couldn't get out because her door was jammed shut. Police let her sit there and wait for fire and EMS to arrive with the proper tools to open the door. Haley was eventually brought away on a stretcher and treated for minor injuries at the local hospital. It turns out Haley had a decent reason for running. Her license was suspended, and she had multiple warrants out for her arrest. Court records show she had been arrested in February of 2020 on 3 felony counts of second-degree forgery and theft of property over $1,000. She bonded out, failed to appear in court, and had been on the lam ever since. If we have learned anything while watching these high-speed chases, it's that there is no escaping the Arkansas State Police. This speed demon learned that lesson the hard way as he tried fleeing in his GMC Sierra. You see, the thing about fleeing in a pickup truck is that you'll never outrun souped-up police cars. The ASP will chase you until you run out of gas, your tires fall off, or they pit you into oblivion.
He's on the outside shoulder. We're going to take 40 east, right past 67 north.
64 past 67 north, inside shoulder.
Next, number 2 lane. Coming up on Spring Hill. 71 secondary, I got the radio. Just drive 40. If you get a chance, we get past the traffic. Hit him.
True bay copy.
71 we're on, past the 156, 107.
That's the 156, 107.
Pit.
10-4 copy pit.
Do not rush that car. Do not rush that car. 40, get out of your car.
Hey! Kill him! Kill him! Get back!
Now let's see that one more time from the lead officer's perspective. Watch how he maintains control and avoids crashing into oncoming traffic after the pit.
10-4 past 67 north, inside shoulder.
Back to number 2 lane. Coming up on Spring Hill. 71 secondary, I got the radio. Just drive 40. If you get a chance to get past the traffic, hit him.
True bay copy.
We're out past the 156, 107.
That's 156, 107.
Unfortunately, the clip ends before we see or learn anything about the suspect. Hopefully, they learned their lesson and will pull over the next time ASP asks them kindly. They do not ask kindly twice. Arkansas State Trooper Sam Brooks knows all the tricks of the criminal trade. Stolen cars happen to be one of his specialties. According to him, it's common for a follow vehicle to tail close behind the stolen one. That way, if police initiate a pursuit, they risk chasing the wrong car and letting the thieves get away. On February 28th of 2023, shortly after midnight, Trooper Brooks spotted a suspicious vehicle with unreadable and likely expired paper tags. A white Chrysler 300 followed close behind, so Trooper Brooks had reason to believe the first car was stolen. As soon as he flipped on his sirens, the driver hit the gas and took off.
Heading up the East Broadway, speed 60 miles an hour, no traffic. Heading through the A1 gas station, looks like they're out of phase.
Our deranged driver is a young Little Rock woman named Superior Williams. No matter how badly her passengers want to escape, she's not about to pull over and let them out. The fight likely continued as she drove, leading to this tense moment on the Broadway Bridge.
Just failed and is on the
Thankfully, the woman, later identified as Monique Davis, was okay despite hitting the ground at over 40 miles per hour. Police later learned that she was Superior's aunt, and it doesn't appear as though she committed any crimes. Meanwhile, Superior pulled away as police chased her through the downtown area. They followed as she entered a neighborhood and watched another passenger bail out of her car.
right up there. 18th Street. And looks like we are stopped here at March.
Unfortunately, police lose sight of Superior, turning this chase into a nighttime game of cat and mouse. That's when Trooper Brooks spots her car parked in a church parking lot. He bangs a quick U-turn, and the chase is back on.
Church parking lot back there, church parking lot. Eastbound on West 33rd.
Trooper Brooks stays on her tail for a few more minutes. Eventually, he falls back and lets another officer take the lead. Lucky for us, he's close enough to record as the lead officer pit maneuvers Superior's car and sends it careening into a tree. Several other officers eventually swarmed the car and pulled Superior out. She was unresponsive at first, but quickly regained consciousness after a few moments on the ground. The first words out of her mouth were, "What happened? Have I been sleeping?" Officers went on to find several open alcohol containers in the car. Superior herself smelled like happy hour. She was taken to the local hospital and treated for minor injuries. Some young people can't stand being away from their smart devices. Just ask this unnamed suspect who was arrested outside of West Memphis, Arkansas. Even after a wild, high-speed police chase, all this guy cared about was his phone. The chase began around 1:30 when this Arkansas State Trooper pulled behind a silver Lexus. It's unclear if our officer was looking for the Lexus or if the driver did something to warrant a traffic stop. Either way, he wasn't sticking around. Both cars push 120 miles per hour as they roar down the highway. Luckily, traffic isn't heavy, and our officers can easily avoid civilian vehicles. That's when the suspect starts bobbing and weaving through cars and shows that he has no problem driving on the shoulders. For a moment, it looks like the black pickup is trying to box the suspect in. Then it moves over and the chase opens back up. While our officer appreciates the gesture, he'd rather civilian cars stay out of the equation. There's no telling how dangerous this suspect is or what he might do.
If he's trying to cut you off, go ahead and put him in a ditch.
The suspect almost lost our officer in traffic congestion. Little does he know, 2 more Arkansas State Troopers are waiting for him up ahead. Now let's hop into Trooper Jim Bird's car to see how this wild chase finally ends.
Alright, I'll call it. We're 273, 26 is behind him.
Let's see that pit maneuver one more time from another angle.
In the median, right in front of the field.
Police moved in and arrested the suspect. Unfortunately, we never learn his name or what he was officially charged with. All we know is that his phone is the most important thing in his life.
I'm down here.
You look at my phone, please.
Yeah, we're gonna get it.
I ain't gonna run. I swear to God.
We're gonna get it.
Okay. I just need to go get my phone.
We're going to get it in a minute. Okay? We got to get the road clear because we're going to cause another wreck.
How ironic would it be if texting and driving was the reason for the initial stop? May 2nd of 2023. Trooper Monte Hernandez is eagerly awaiting a high-speed chase. He's sitting on the I-40 on-ramp in North Little Rock and watching for a speeding SUV. It should be pretty easy to spot, as it's bright red and there's a line of cops behind it.
We're coming up 440 right now, stand by. That Sheriff County, to back home, coming up. Primary, we're going to be 40 westbound, 440. Traffic's kind of thick right now. To land, be at 110. Staying on 40. 10-4, we're going to be on 40 right now. Traffic's still thick. They're going to be able to pit them right now. Still westbound. Speeds are 110. Passing on shoulder.
Heavy traffic forces Trooper Hernandez to fall back momentarily. In the meantime, another officer comes up behind him and keeps the suspect in his sights. Before long, Hernandez is back on the suspect's tail, where he attempts one of several failed pit maneuvers.
Yeah, I got a spot right here. Traffic. Couldn't pit them right there. We had traffic. We're going to be staying 40 west. About to come up to the north interchange.
The suspect, later identified as Tigo Calderon, throws himself into a sea of traffic, hoping it'll force police to back off. His plan works on Trooper Hernandez, who's forced to drop out of the chase when he gets stuck behind a truck. Thankfully, Trooper Ronald Grace is right behind and takes over the chase from there.
45 now, about to make sure. Right now. Roll over. Stand, roll over, stand by. Stop here, grab that.
We got a pit, roll over. Pit, roll over, stand by. We're stopped here at JFK.
Hands, driver! Hands! Driver, get out of the car! Get out of the car! Hands! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Hands! Walk backwards! Face away from me! Face away from me! Hey, walk backwards to me! Get back!
Hey, I'll put cuffs on him. Cover.
I gotta stay here.
Walk, face away! Walk, get up and walk! Get up! Get up and walk! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Face away from me! Keep your hands on top of your head and walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Keep
After his arrest, police learned that Mr. Calderon was an illegal immigrant with a long rap sheet. He had been recently deported after a felony conviction, but refused to leave the United States. For this chase, he was charged with aggravated assault, felony fleeing, and DWI. As for the immigration issues, ICE took over from there. On March 10th of 2023, police in Garland County, Arkansas were actively looking for a parolee wanted for multiple burglaries in the area. He had fled from state police in the past, so they were especially eager to catch him this time. After being briefed on the situation, State Trooper Kyle Sheldon drove to the suspect's last known location. He combed the Arkansas backroads for several miles in search of a black pickup truck the suspect was allegedly driving. He finally located the vehicle heading north on Mountain Pine Road. When he drove up behind, the suspect tried pulling over, hoping Trooper Sheldon was after someone else. When he realized the officer was looking for him, he turned down a side street and gunned it.
We're here on Clear Creek. Turn on Clear Creek.
Turn on to Clear Creek.
Tell me 37.
Somebody keep me up there with roads. They just passed Griffith Lane.
That's the gold line. Turn it. Left on the trigger out.
Turn on the Clear coming up on Airport about that.
We're coming up on 270.
Yeah, we're up about county here with Western Resistance.
Westbound 270.
Where they at? They just went westbound on 270.
Now that they're on the main road, Trooper Sheldon has a better opportunity to pit maneuver the driver. Even though the first pit doesn't work, it doesn't discourage our officer from trying again.
Still westbound. Got him, put it out, put it out.
They still westbound. Yeah, I think he fitted him. I think he fitted him. He'll be coming up on it.
Unfortunately, we never learned the suspect's name during the video. Finding anything about this case online is challenging, leading us to believe that it's still an active and ongoing investigation. We assume he was arrested and charged with fleeing, reckless driving, and several parole violations. It's also unclear how many local burglaries he committed. Thankfully, nobody was hurt during the chase or any of the robberies. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.